welcome to Snetterton for the next round of the Smart Car Championship here. Looking forward to some classic good racing again. Once again, a fairly familiar qualifying with David Moore on pole position on the front row of the grid from Sarah Moore, Jake Jackson and Simon Horrobin. Now keep your eyes on Horrobin, fast starting Simon Horrobin, really has been going quite well recently. And remember the last time we were at Snetterton here, a cracking race. So here we go, the cars are on the grid, and here we go, the lights are away and down towards the first corner, and look at that, once again David Moore gets a good start, but here comes Horrobin up through the gears, and he's going to be almost taking the lead if he can. Yes, he goes round David Moore as he climb up towards the first corner here at Snetterton, and Simon Horrobin leads away from David Moore. Now that's a big upset, that is, as they head through the first corner and head towards Montreal, the hairpin. Well, I don't even know if Horrobin would have expected that. Locks up, runs a little bit wide, and through goes Moore on the inside, so he takes the position straight back at the second corner. Jake Jackson running in a fine third position in the black car, but they're side by side. But no, it's going to be David Moore who has command of the lead of the race as they go in towards the infield section on this Snetterton 300 circuit. Sarah Moore running just a little bit wide behind Jake Jackson, but David Moore again in the number one car at the front of the smart cars, where he has been basically all year. But into Agostini, the tight corner right in the middle of it, the tight left-hander, and it's very important to get a good run and a good drive out of here, because this is where the cars really start to stretch their legs after the next couple of corners. But back at the front now, David Moore kicks up a little bit of dust, and Simon Horrobin not letting him away with this one, absolutely glued to his bumper. Sarah Moore seems to have disappeared from that fourth position on our screens there, so we'll try and pick up and see where Sarah is, but definitely wasn't in camera shot there. Now this very important corner here leads onto the back straight at Snetterton, and you can see Moore using all the road and almost a little bit of grass, but there's no dust kicked up there as they head down the straight, and we go on board with Jake Jackson on the bumper cam of the number 9 smart car, heading in towards, over a little bit of dust there, concrete dust, in towards this very, very tricky one, the Brundle corner, which leads underneath the bridge. Very difficult to go in there because you're braking all the way around. The cars get a little bit unsettled, but it's still Moore, Horrobin and Jackson. Let's look further back. Can we get a glimpse of Sarah Moore? Looks like Sarah Moore is just maybe in 5th position just now, but we'll get a good view on her in just a minute or two. But here we come as we go in towards Coram, the very fast right-hander, which leads us back towards Murray's, the final chicane, and that is a lap off the Snetterton 300. You can see David Moore with his lights on, lights ablaze, but there's nobody for him to be challenging right now. It's all about David Moore attacking the track and trying to pull away from Horrobin and the pursuing Jackson as they make their way up the centre straight to click off a lap here at Snetterton. Past the garage in the pit complex we go. Moore hugs that pit wall very, very tight towards, you can see Horrobin uses the other side of the circuit, and Jackson again, he also hugs that pit wall, so there's maybe something in that as they come up towards the very, very fast first corner. Is Jackson having a little look? No, just a deceiving camera view for us there. Looked like he was almost coming up alongside Horrobin, but Simon Horrobin really has been a bit of a revelation here. Cracking drive so far. Jackson looks up the inside and he's done it. Good move by Jackson here. He gets up the inside, gets it very well stopped, nice and calm, didn't lock a wheel up, didn't run wide, and looks like he's actually put a bit of ground straight away into Horrobin as we go further back into the mid-pack, and we pick up with the number 3 car, which is Bobby Thompson in this one. That's the Cayman car. We normally see Howard in that one. The Stars and Stripes car, very, very famous in the world of legend racing, is the Stars and Stripes car, but also doing well here in the smart car. Nice livery on that car, I should say. And these guys battling over what is around about 8th and 9th position just now. Bobby Thompson in that car, but we're back at the front because we're back up with Jake Jackson, and he's putting a lot of pressure on David Moore. And Jake Jackson looks like his car's got a little bit more top end. Only got a little bit of a better exit from the final corner there, and he takes something come off a car there and disappeared towards the right hand side, so maybe a bit of a valance or a splitter, but David Moore tucks straight back in, and David Moore's going to be attacking as they're coming towards the hairpin. You can guarantee that David Moore up the inside, he's just positioning his car just in the place where Jackson doesn't want it to be. An incoming Horrobin. Oh dear Simon Horrobin, how did you get through that corner and not plant that smart car at the side of Jake Jackson's car there? Extremely close. He's now on the outside, and has he got the position? It looks like he has. Cracking move by Simon Horrobin. He is going to be very happy with that as we go on board the bumper of Jake Jackson, and you can just see Horrobin's car kind of bouncing about as they go through that corner. So fantastic bit of driving from Simon Horrobin, come from very late back back. Not going to call that a lunge, we're going to call that a good, well-timed manoeuvre. But back at Agostini, nope, Jackson looked like he was going to try and repay the favour towards Simon Horrobin, but it wasn't to be. Getting a good toe down the back straight now as we come in towards Brundle, the tricky little left-hander, and back up the inside goes Jake Jackson, so he does get himself back up into second place. But all this attacking at the second and third place, well, that's going to start letting David Moore get a little bit off a head start. But having said that, he's not actually making away. We would have thought and would have expected David Moore to try and start wriggling away from the guys in second and third with all their battling and fighting. But look at Jackson reel in David Moore as they go through Coram and in towards Murray's, the final little chicane corner. And, well, David Moore's going to have a race of this. He's not going to get this his own way. He does look to be quite strong in the last couple of corners. It does look quite strong. As you can see, Simon Horrobin is very quick at that last corner, and he's pulling right up to the back of the black car. Jackson up the centre straight they go, past the pit complex again, and he's going to have to go to the outside. Jackson is almost defending from Horrobin as he's also trying to get past David Moore, and he does it as they go to the first corner. Moore goes from first to third, and that was extremely close. Horrobin just gets by into second place also, so some classy driving from these guys at the front. David Moore just a little bit lame possibly out of that last corner and up the main straight as we go back to the battle. It looks like Bobby Thompson as they make their way up towards the first corner as well, back in mid-pack, and we pick back up with the number 4 car also battling with Bobby Thompson, which is James Palmer. We've seen quite a bit of James Palmer. Remember him at Brands Hatch, he was very exciting, but the battle is back on the front now. Horrobin and Jackson, a little bit of pushing there from Horrobin, drives into the back of Jackson, a little bit of bump draft, and he pulls out and passes him, so he gets past as they come out of the hairpin. Now has Jackson got a problem here? He looks a bit slow. Moore's in the outside as well. I think Jake Jackson's in trouble. It doesn't look like he's going to finish this one. He's well off the pace, and we'll keep our eyes on that black number 9 car and see what the deal is there. Maybe he's just having a gear issue. We will find out as it goes on. But Horrobin now leads the way as they come into the Agostini hairpin in the middle of the Snetterton 300 circuit here. So Horrobin from David Moore. David Moore now with his lights on. Now he's got a good reason to have these lights on. They're blinding the eyes of Simon Horrobin as he drives that number 14, the orange and black car, through the infield section of Snetterton here. And this could be a good first win as he goes through Oggies. Can he hold this one together, or is David Moore going to reign supreme once again? We shall soon find out. Moore looks like he's going to have a little move as he goes towards the back straight. He does. So he's gone past nice and early. Has he gone past a little bit too early? We will find out. Can Horrobin get in the slipstream? Yes, he can. Horrobin right up behind the bootlid of that number 1 smart car as they make their way down the Bentley straight towards Brundles as they go underneath the Snetterton bridge. But no, Horrobin can't draft past. He can't pull past David Moore. That's quite surprising. Moore obviously got some quite good drive out that last corner, although it did actually look like Horrobin was better. Through the bomb hole, still in third place also, we have got Jake Jackson, so he's obviously recovering from the issues he was having halfway around this lap. And then Coram, extremely big fast corner, good fast right-hander. You've got to be absolutely switched on as you go through Coram curve. David Nash in the number 7 car, good to pick up with him mid-pack. David has been he's been giving us better results than what we're getting from him right now. David currently down in 7th place for the number 7 car, so we'll keep our eyes on that. But the leader's now coming up to lap the last couple of cars, and it's going to be James Palmer who is going to be getting done first of all. And the lights come on from David Moore. There's almost a little bit of a flash. It's not the place where you want to be catching the back marker. You want to keep your momentum going through that first corner, and here comes Horrobin. Horrobin building all the time as he comes in towards possibly his favourite overtaking place, but no, Moore's very strong on the brakes as they come into the hairpin. Horrobin looks like he locks up a little bit. Can he get the undercut underneath? No. David Moore says that's not going to happen either. So Moore now being very, very aggressive, very attacking and also defending at the same time as we catch up with the guys as they come through the infield of the Snetterton 300 circuit. It's all about David Moore and Simon Horrobin for this race victory. And hang on, is that Jake Jackson starting to catch them up? Is Jackson putting himself back in for a last lap chance here as Horrobin goes very, very deep on the brakes? Is he going to have a look up the inside as they go into Agostini? No, he's not, but that is Jackson catching. Jake Jackson certainly is catching on this lap. So let's see how this unfolds as they come back out of the Agostini hairpin, and Horrobin looks like he's starting to mount a challenge through the very fast left kink as they come up towards Oggies. Now Horrobin is right underneath the rear bumper of David Moore, and David Moore's going to start feeling the pressure because it's very important that he gets a really good entry onto the Bentley straight. Otherwise these two smart cars are going to draft right up behind him and possibly pass. But look, Moore looks like like he's really quick. He's getting a good exit down the straight, and here comes Jackson. Jackson, if anything, is closer towards Horrobin than Horrobin is towards Moore as they make their way down the Bentley Straight. We're on board with Jake Jackson. What's going to happen as we come under the bridge and in towards Brundle? There goes Horrobin. Looks like he's making a move up the inside. Will Moore cover it? Moore's very aggressive. He shoves him towards the inside of the track, but no. David Moore can hold that one very well. Horrobin gets very close to the back of him, but it's just not to be as they make their way towards the bomb hole. Horrobin back towards the inside. Surely not as they go through the bomb hole side by side. No. Moore cuts across the nose. It's Coram then Murray's. It's not long for Horrobin to do this because here comes Jackson up the inside as they go through Coram. Jackson's on the brake as they go through Coram. Horrobin looks like he's possibly running a little bit wide. The car looks a little bit loose, but it's all about David Moore as we come in towards this, the last corner. Can he get a good run out of it? Because things really starting to heat up now. He's got the drag up towards the start finish line. Can David Moore hold on, or is Simon Horrobin going to get it as they make their way up towards the pit complex and the finish line? Here is a checker flag, and it's going to be David Moore. David Moore wins from Simon Horrobin, and Jake Jackson comes home in the third place. Very, very close finish at the end there. Not even a tenth of a second in it. What a drive from David Moore, defending from Simon Horrobin. Another cracking drive. And Jacob Jackson, what a move as he come through from having troubles mid-race to getting on that podium. Absolutely fantastic racing from the smart cars here at Snetterton. So as we draw for breath, David Moore does win from Simon Horrobin and Jake Jackson. Sarah Moore was fourth, a little bit lowly. Ashley Craig fifth, and Martin Clatworthy comes home in sixth from Nash and Bates in eighth position.
Yeah, it was another good race, another good start to the weekend. Good points, obviously.
Race one was really fun. Simon Horrobin, David Moore and I were battling for first place quite a lot through the race, and near the end got a bit spaced out because the cars were getting too hot, but other than that it was a really fun race.
Welcome to another episode of Racing No Filter. Joining me in sunny California, Bill Wood, and down in sunny Florida, Peter Keene.
We're going to take a look at some of the products HPD has created for the 2012 Honda Civic, and specifically we're going to show you how to install an adjustable sway bar.
Until then, folks out there, you take care.
Want to keep up with all the racing action at the track? Well, download the new Go Racing TV iPhone and Android app. And remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
So welcome back to Snetterton for this smart car race, race number 2. Reverse grid, as you can see, with James Palmer and Bobby Thompson being the front row, Paul Bates and David Nash, with Clatworthy, Craig, Moore, Jackson and Horrobin and David Moore the back row of the grid. Simon Horrobin very fast in that first race, set the fastest lap of the race, and let's see if he can do the business in this one, or will it be all David Moore? We're under the starters' orders, lined up on the centre straight here, and we're about to go racing at the Snetterton 300 for this round of the smart cars. And away we go, down towards Richie's, that long uphill drag in one of these smart cars, and let's see where the movers and shakers start coming through from the field. Will we see that bright red car of David Moore start to get up some positions? And we do. From the very start, we see him mid-pack there, already alongside Jake Jackson as they go through the first corner. Richie's a very fast right-hander, and they head towards the Montreal hairpin. And at the front of the pack, let's try and pick up the front. Is that Martin Clatworthy leading the way in the number 11 Sky car? I believe it is. No, it's not. It's not completely wrong, Duncan. It's Paul Bates in the green car out front from Clatworthy. And there's David Moore and Jake Jackson making up some good positions in the midfield as they start coming into the quick infield section at the Snetterton 300. The left-hander of Palmer, which leads you down the straight towards Agostini. Another overtaking place, which can be done here in the first lap. We see Sarah Moore also in the thick of the pack there, just up behind the number 9 car of Jake Jackson there as they head towards Agostini. And there's Horrobin having a look up the inside, but thinks possibly better off it. Yeah, brakes it a little bit earlier, doesn't want to compromise his exit speed. But it's still Paul Bates at the front. Are we going to see a lead change as we come up towards Hamilton? And it looks like it is. It's a lead change at the front. That's Clatworthy that goes to the front. So a good overtake by Martin, and right into the back of Bates there goes David Moore as they go through Hamilton and head towards Oggies. The tricky little right-hander goes over a little crest mid-corner, and then you come down. And then I've mentioned so many times before the importance of being quick through the Williams corner, which leads you onto that Bentley Straight. You've got to get this one absolutely spot on, and that's really where David Moore has been pretty hot all weekend. He gets a good exit from that corner. He's fast in the streets. He goes up the inside into Brundle there. Who's that? It's David Moore. He's done a good move down that back straight, up the inside into Brundle, and gets past before they're even at Nelson, the tricky little right-hander, which leads you towards the famous bomb hole. And you can see Moore already stretching away at the front here. So David Moore in the number 1 red, very bright, smart car, leads as they go through Coram from Martin Clatworthy. And Martin will be happy with that second place so far. But let's just keep our eyes on the screen as we might see something happening as they come towards the chicane. Murray's here. Sarah Moore looking up the inside. Does she do it? Yes, she does. Positions that smart car right in the way of Tom Knight there, and that's not going to be happy with that. Ashley Craig, in the Tom Knight car, the ex-Tom Knight car, and up the main straight goes Sarah Moore. And did she miss a gear there or something? She looks a little bit lame up the straight there. The number 6 car looks like it's definitely got some sort of problem, and Sarah Moore has been passed by almost the entire pack as they go up the centre straight towards Riches. So an absolute disaster for Sarah Moore. She will not be happy with that one, as through the shot goes number 2 Paul Bates there in that extremely bright coloured car. But at the time they get to Montreal Hairpin, David Moore has already gone through the corner. A little bit of a slowing. Was that Jake Jackson slowing on the inside of the corner there? Hopefully we'll catch that back up on a camera view as we focus on Paul Bates in the green car go through Palmer's in the distance there. But it looked like Jake Jackson had some sort of issue on the exit of the Montreal Hairpin, so we'll have to try and come back to that one. Nevertheless, number 12 Ash Craig, we'll keep our eyes on him because he has been very quick. He was quick in the first race, and he's gelling with a smart car as he heads towards the Agostini hairpin and catches right up on the back of Paul Bates in a number 2 car. You can see some of these cars kind of lift an inside front wheel as they go through. They're just squatting down on the back right a bit there. But meanwhile, back at the front, once again, it is Mr. Smart Car all the way. Coming through Oggie's corner is David Moore. Martin Clatworthy in a fine second place from Paul Bates. And then we see Ash Craig already catching the back of that distinctive green coloured car. Through and on to Williams. Get a good run through here, as we keep saying, and then it's on to the back straight. And there is Jake Jackson's car in the background. We just catch a little glimpse of that parked at the side of the track. Absolute disaster for Jake Jackson. The poor young lad will not be happy about that one. And, well, there you go. A picture tells the story. Head in, helmet on, sitting at the side of the track. No marshals there to cuddle him. But poor Jackson, that's not what he needs for the championship. After having a disaster at Oulton Park, also when the car was upside down, if you remember back, and then racing it in the next race with no windows at Oulton Park, windscreen or boot. But Sarah Moore up on 2 wheels and almost over onto her side as she comes out of Nelson. Very, very lucky Sarah Moore to get away with that one. Let's have a look at the replay. She climbs up the back. Oh dear, very, very lucky. Just applied a little bit of steering lock and brought that back down, but very hard compression on the back suspension, and that possibly will have broken something in that. A big fright for Sarah Moore there as we see her heading in towards the pit lane. Extremely lucky to get away with that one. We just talked about a smart car being upside down, and then Sarah Moore tries to give us another one at the exit and Nelson on the run to the bomb hole, so that will certainly have had her heart rate pumping absolutely to the max as we pick back up with the Bates and Clatworthy battle. Bates trying to catch Martin Clatworthy, who's having a very good showing in this second race, the reverse grid. He'll be extremely happy with that one. But as we come back to the front, it is David Moore as they come up towards Rich's corner, and David Moore has been passed by Ashley Craig. Ash Craig goes past on the way towards Rich's, and that's a good move. Nice bit of a slipstream up the centre straight, and he done it before he even got to Rich's, and now David Moore's going to have to really up his game as they both head towards the Montreal hairpin with that tree that kind of looks like a bit of a statue that's been cut in the distance there. I quite like that one. David Moore sideways round the corner. I wonder if he's shown off to Jake Jackson, who's just parked on the exit of that one there. A little bit of showboating there. Jackson will not be happy to see David Moore ring at the front, but Ash Craig is taking a few points off Jackson, so that's always a plus as they go through Palmer's and head towards the next corner, which is Agostini, named after the famous motorcycle racer Giacomo Agostini, and it's another good overtaking place here on the Snetterton 300 circuit. But Ash Craig still leading at the front, and David Moore has going to have to try and do something if he can do another win. Can he make it a double this weekend as they come through that corner, head towards the next one, which is a very fast left off Hamilton's, which leads you into the ever tightening tricky Oggie's corner. kind of a little bit of a crest in the middle of it, and we see coming through there Craig absolutely flying. David Moore on it as well, and then closing up on the brakes comes David Moore, and this is ominous for Ashley Craig, because that number 1 smart car, sponsored by the Brit car, has been absolutely dominant this year, and this is where David Moore seems to be really good. He gets a really good line through here. If anything, he looked a little bit wide that time though, but can he draft up to the back of Craig as they make their way down the Bentley Straight going into Brundles, and then try and get back to Nelson? You can see the hole in the air kind of taking effect here, but I think he looks possibly a little bit too far back. He'll probably prove me completely wrong and have a dive up the inside as they get towards Brundles or Nelson, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen this time. Craig had a good exit from that corner, so he can hold the position, doesn't have to defend, gets a good line, locks a little bit up on the way in there, and that really did help David Moore. David Moore was quicker through there. Is he going to overtake before the bomb hole? Yes, he's alongside, and he's passed as they go through the bomb hole. Very good overtaking manoeuvre there. Just a little mistake by Ashley Craig, just locked that wheel a little bit, and David Moore carried more speed through Nelson. He now leads as we go through Coram and head towards Murray's, and he's building all the time because he's had more momentum, so he's just opening up a little bit of a gap straight away as they come towards the final corner, and that is the famous one of Murray's, before we lead on towards the start-finish straight, the centre straight. So back at the front, number 1 David Moore leading the way from number 12 Ashley Craig. Now, can Craig draft up the back again? Can he get a good slipstream up that centre straight, and will he make the same overtaking manoeuvre as they come past the start-finish line? As they get towards Richie's, he pulls out. He's already passed again, so the only thing is he doing that before they get to the finish line, or is he passing after the finish line? Looks like he's doing it after it, so he's going to have to try and do something a little bit better if Moore leads out of the last corner. Anyway, back to the Montreal hairpin. Craig still leading from Moore. Moore a lot tidier through the corner that time. Was a little bit too sideways the last time. Again, you can see that front inside wheel lifting in the air as Craig runs off the road. Shows you just how hard Ashley Craig is trying in this one as they come back through the infield section of the Snetterton 300. Palmer's tricky left-hander. Got to have a good exit from that one. You've got to have a good exit from every corner, but especially that one, because if you're lame there, you can see David Moore closing in on the power, and he's also going to have a shot in the brakes as they get towards Agostini, defending on the inside as Ashley Craig, and David Moore surely isn't going to get to go round the outside. Ashley Craig's not going to let that happen. He's going to cover that and defend it, but Moore flicks back to the inside. He's got a cut back as they head up towards Hamilton, side by side, wing mirror to wing mirror on these smart cars, and can Moore get past? No. Again, Ashley Craig very, very brave and committed, going through the corner. Moore runs off, runs a little bit wide, exceeding the track limits a little bit there as they come up towards Oggies, but he's made a pass. He's made a pass a little bit earlier than we would have expected as he goes in towards Oggies. And now we've got the Williams corner, which leads on to the Bentley Straight, and yeah, David Moore already opening up a bit of a gap over Ashley Craig here as they head down the Bentley Straight. And this is a good timed manoeuvre by David Moore. He's really got a nice gap here. He's putting it down, and Ashley Craig's going to really have to do something to counteract this as they head down the straight underneath the Snetterton Bridge, go through the corner of Brundles, which is a quick corner. Then you've got to try and pull up on the brakes. This is where we saw Ash Craig make that little mistake earlier on, and it just let David Moore get back into contention. Again, he locks up and he runs wide, and that's it. That's possibly it done now. That's too much of a gap for him to get back as they go through the bomb hole. Poor Ashley Craig just trying so hard to get back there, but it looks like David Moore stamping his authority all over this one through Coram in the number 1 Brit car sponsored smart car. David Moore has been Mr. Smart Car this year. Anything anybody tries to throw at him, David Moore seems to be able to counteract as he powers up the centre straight for this time. David Moore looks in his mirror. He's going to be a happy chappy as he heads up towards the start-finish line to take a checkered flag here at the Snetterton 300, and David Moore wins it and makes it a nice, healthy double this weekend. The fastest lap of the race, so actually went to Ashley Craig. He will be happy with that one, finishing second place also. And we're going to see Martin Clatworthy come home in third position, with Simon Horban in fourth, unable to replicate what he done in the first race, with David Nash and James Palmer in sixth place. That's all from me. We'll see you next time with the smart cars.
I had a bad start due to the car. Got through the field the first few laps. Stuck in third place. Got to second. Chased David down in the lead. I got into the lead, but me and him were just drafting and mixing, overtaking through the corners. It was a really good race with him.
Another good race, a lot closer racing this time. I had a battle with Ashley most of the way through, on and off, and it was a really good race and an excellent weekend.